Okay, my next question to you, can you explain incremental static generation in Next.js and how it differs from the static site generation?
Okay, so with like static site generation, pages are pre-rendered at build time. That means whenever you are building your web applications, those pages are built during that time. Like HTML, like the HTML file for that file is already generated during the build time, and then it is stored in the server. So whenever the user requests that web page, that statically generated site is rendered, sent to the client. So it is very fast. But sometimes if we want to change the data, right, we want to use a static site generation, but our data might change. Like some data, for say, let's say for example, we have our blog data, right? So the blog data might change in a day or 2 days. Like when a user writes a blog, they won't change it that much. So in that case we can use static site generation. But what if the user decides to update the blog? So now, as it is already built in the server, we would not get the new data unless we build it again, like build the web page and deploy it again. So in that case we can use like incremental static generation. That means in the incremental static generation takes the server-side generation further by allowing you to regenerate static pages incrementally. That means based on new data, or we can set up a timer. That means after every 5 minutes I want to build that web page again, or after 30 minutes, or after 2 hours I want to build that static site again. So now our server, if I give it a 1 hour timer, after one each hour, our server will build that application or that web page again in the server. So now we will not get like frequent updated data like server-side generation, server-side rendering, but we will get updated data based on a time or something.
Okay, like if I want to build a e-commerce site, which one should we use, SSG or ISG?
Yes, for e-commerce, I would always suggest using server side rendering, or if we want to use a static site generation, it is better for incremental static generation instead of normal static generation, because in e-commerce data changes a lot, like very frequently. So I would always use incremental static generation if I have to use static generation.